Bitcoin gets above 78K but fails to hold it. Is more downside about to come, or can we still rally up? Let's find out. Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Right now it's about 4 p.m. Eastern time and the price of Bitcoin is currently at 77,725. And before we go over the top-down analysis, I want to go over this winning trade that I gave you guys yesterday on the 15-minute time frame. I was telling you guys this looks like a falling wedge. I gave you guys the measured move to about 78K. Not only did we hit that, but we went up as high as 78,200. So congratulations on whoever took this trade. This is a big win for the FlexCandle community. We're going to start off here with the weekly chart. Right now, we kind of have an indecisive candle. It's not really green, it's not really red, but what's important is that we are above the 21 moving average. Now, the stochastics RSI here are toppy, but hopefully, even if we roll over, maybe we could hump back up. And what's really important is that we stay above this 21 moving average. This is all I'm looking forward to right now for the end of this weekly candle close. If we can stay above the 21 moving average, we still have a shot to go up towards this 100 moving average at 88,261. If we lose this 200 moving average, we could fall straight down to this point of control here, this red line at about 67K. Now we head over to the 5-day chart. This candle closed yesterday and we ended up closing a red candle, which was after the tweezer tops, but we were able to hold above the 200 moving average. That right now is still bullish. Stochastics are on the way down. I would love to hold on to this 200 moving average, but this is starting to look kind of like a cup and handle. This is a cup and handle. This could bring us up to this 50 moving average or possibly even to this 100 moving average at 95K. We head over to the daily chart. The stochastics here seem to be reset. Now we could always roll over and play here for a little while before going up, but if we could just continue to go up here, we have a chance to try to break this 21 moving average and this 200 moving average as well. The 200 moving average is currently at 80,972. We had a lot of red days. We had about 5 red days in a row, and then yesterday we finally got a green candle, and today is kind of indecisive, but if we could just hold above this 50 moving average, that will be bullish enough for me for the moment. On the 22-hour chart, stochastics also reset. This looks like we could make a move up. We definitely need to get above this 21 moving average at 78,898 as soon as we can, because if we lose this 100 moving average, the next level that we could fall down to is this 200 moving average at 72,433. We don't want to lose the 76K support that we have, and definitely we do not want to lose that 74K support that we have. Both levels were very hard to get above once we were below them. In the 8-hour time frame, stochastics here look a little toppy. We could still drag here for a little bit. We're trying to reclaim this 21 moving average. Now this candle closes in the next 4 hours. We could close a green candle here. This will be tweezer bottoms, and usually that means we could be making a move up. As you can see here, we had tweezer bottoms, a red candle, then a green candle, and then we went up from there. So let's see what ends up happening. Ultimately, we need to get above this 50 moving average, and that's currently at around 79,600. On the 4-hour time frame, stochastics here are rolling over, but if we zoom in, I'm starting to see some curvature here that shows that maybe we can make another move up, and I've been calling a move back up to about 79K at least. We have the 200 moving average here, which is at 78,463. We need to get above this 200 moving average to remain bullish. Right now we lost it briefly, but we haven't really lost it with that much strength. We were able to regain this 21 moving average. Now we're stuck in between the 21 and the 200. We could get back above this 200 moving average. Like I said, things get bullish, and I've been telling you guys this could be a possible inverted head and shoulder, left shoulder. This is the head. We kind of made it to the 200. We rejected. Could this be the right shoulder now? And if this is the right shoulder, this has the potential to give us a move back to about 80,630. So this could be possible as long as we don't lose this 21 moving average. This could be the next play, especially with the stochastics RSI moving back up. So let's see if this ends up working out. Now on the 1-hour time frame, stochastics look to go up. We're a little bit indecisive. I'm starting to see a curve here, but not enough to say that we're going to roll over. So maybe we could continue going up here, and we need to get back above this 200 moving average. We still haven't been able to do it. We just briefly got above the 21. We lost, and now we're trying to get above it again. This also kind of looks like an inverted head and shoulder as well. If we could get above this 200 moving average at 78,280, I will feel a lot more bullish. And on the 15-minute time frame, stochastics look like they're turning up as well, and we did reclaim the 21 moving average here, and the 200 moving average showed you guys that falling wedge. This looks here like an inverted head and shoulder played out perfectly. Now this kind of looks like another falling wedge that just happened that we're about to break out of. So right now I'm expecting this inverted head and shoulder to play out on the 4-hour time frame, and I see us getting back above the 200 moving average and seeing if we could go back at least to 79K, if not higher. We are probably going to have resistance again on this 200 moving average on the daily time frame at 80,900. 972. But if we could break above this, this is going to be big. Let's see what happens. It's already Thursday. Usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's low volume. So we will probably expect a higher move up if we're going to be able to do it by Sunday night when the weekly and the daily candle closes. All right, guys. So that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.